Hi there, this is Cece, and we are on the WGSN-DB Going Solo Business Showcase. And this is the first time that I am broadcasting from the business segment here that we have. And we do have Robert Graves that's going to be joining us. And before we start, I just want to introduce myself. I am Cece Shatz. I am the CEO of My Friends Connect, which a lot of you may not know. It is an interactive group that we actually talk about divorce issues, transition to dating, relationships. I've been doing that for years. And I also now have broadened out into the Going Solo Network, which is a network for singles. And I'm very, very excited about that. So we are focusing on business today because, of course, there are many singles that are in business and they have businesses of their own, they're in businesses. And so that is why we thought we would bring the expert forward. And we have Robert Graves with us. And Robert, I've known Robert for quite some time now. He is the Business Performance Improvement Director with Dale Carnegie Training here in the Tampa Bay area. But even better than that, and I don't know if it can get much better than that, he is going to be joining us on a regular basis starting in September. He's going to have his own show, and it's going to be called the Carnegie Connection, and it's going to be focused on businesses, really outstanding leaders in the business, talking about how we can help others in business and the transactions that go on within business. So I am just absolutely thrilled to have Robert with us. So welcome, Robert.
Hello, good morning, Cece.
Good morning. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you just fine, thank you.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for joining us this morning. I know that you're extremely busy, and I do appreciate that. So tell us a little bit about yourself and the journey of how you got into doing what you're doing now with the Dale Carnegie training sector.
You bet. Over a decade ago, I was working for a local branch of Computer Associates. Now they're called CA Technologies. And while I was there, the HR people came in and gathered us up and said, you can do continuing education. And I thought that was a great opportunity. So I asked them, I said, can I get a PhD? And they laughed and said, no, I already had my master's degree. They said, but here's a list of training that you can take. And at the top of the list was Dale Carnegie Training. Cece, I thought, I remember reading that book as a child. My father gave it to me, How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
Oh, it was an awesome book. And as a kid, I really picked up a lot of tips on how to behave and how to be a nicer person. And I thought, what a great opportunity to actually go through the training that supports what that book is all about. So I signed up for that and I took it and I loved it. It was great. I was the poster child for behavior improvement, Cece.
Hard for me to believe that, but yes.
Well, you know, I was a really highly focused salesperson. I didn't really spend a lot of time building relationships with my fellow workers or even building friendships. So I said to myself, here's an opportunity to change who I am and to be a better person.
You know, that is great because I think even as we evolve, even as we grow in business and we grow as individuals and throughout our life, we have to continue doing that, don't we?
We sure do. You know, I was actually going through a divorce at that time. And it was extremely painful. Let's put it that way. It was not fun. As anybody who is solo in their life at this point and gone through a divorce, or any of you out there that are actually going through a divorce now, you're in the right place talking to Cece.
Oh,
she understands how to make that better. That's for sure. And for me, I became very introverted. I didn't want to deal with people. It was too much pain in my life. So it was just a godsend to have this training that helped bring me out of that and make me a more friendly person. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that is so awesome. And I do feel that we have to continue to grow as individuals and we have to feed our soul. And I think doing what you're doing, helping others in business, it also helps them personally. So I really do feel that it's a great thing that you're doing. It's a great job that you're performing. And so I thought that it would be awesome to have you come on WGSN-DB Going Solo Network, which is our single station, but to come on in the business sector, because we as people, of course, have to work no matter what kind of job we're in. And sometimes, as you said, you don't feel like getting up in the morning. You don't feel like going to work, or you're struggling with your own business when the economy the way it is. And so to have someone that's in your corner, it means a great deal. It truly does.
Absolutely. One of the things Dale Carnegie talks about is the secrets of success.
Mm-hmm.
That whole concept is building a stronger belief in self and what you can do. And we all know during times of divorce, your belief system gets banged up and beat up pretty badly and really pushed down. So it gave me an opportunity to really be introspective about who I was and what I wanted to accomplish in business. So it helped me to keep my job. And everybody knows that that's the most important thing you can do when you're going through a traumatic time, whether it's a divorce or any kind of loss in your life. It doesn't matter what the loss is. If you're going through it, keeping your job should be your number one priority. So I've made a focus on that. How do you work through trauma that's happening in your life and stay productive in the workplace and maybe even start excelling and exceeding more than you've ever done before?
Right. Well, I was thinking about that this morning, and I was thinking about it. So often in business, we make a business plan, don't we? And so in life, we need to make a life plan, and that includes our businesses, whether we have our own business or whether we work in someone else's business. We have to include that in our life plan. And so I love what you stand for with regards to keeping yourself focused on the positive, being able to move forward. But I like the idea of a business plan as a life plan. And so can you share with us a little bit about some of the elements of when you're looking at trying to do something like that for yourself?
You bet.
I know I'm putting you on the spot, so I do appreciate it.
Well, no problem with that. Part of the business plan that I subscribe to is using the principles in Dale Carnegie Training. And that's what the group that I'm working with called the Carnegie Connection. And that's what my show will be it'll all be all about. How do you take where you are now and take it to another level and amp it up, make it better next year, make it stronger, make it more? Because we know one thing for sure, our business plans fail when we fail to work our business plans. They don't work unless we actually do something about them, do they, Cece?
Oh, absolutely. And I've been the worst person, I think, with that, because I have these, and I get teased a lot. I have these ideas. My mind is constantly going on growth and what I need to do. But I was talking to someone recently and she said, but you're the one that's holding yourself back. And so it's amazing to me how we will get in our own way, being able to move forward.
We certainly do. I was at a class that was running yesterday and the day before. It's called How to Communicate with Diplomacy and Tact. Think about that title for a second. How do you communicate with each other with diplomacy and tact? That is a great course for everybody in business should go through that course. Let me tell you.
Can you imagine how that would help you personally? I mean, that's what I'm amazed is a lot of stuff that we learn in business. We'll take the time out to learn it in business, but we can apply a lot of those things to our lives. A lot of that learning tools to our life.
You bet. And we actually have a Dale Carnegie free session coming up in October on that very topic, how to communicate with diplomacy and tact. This whole concept of we're not as diplomatic as we think we are, and we're certainly not as tactful as we should be.
I know that. Thanks for the reminder.
When you think about those two particular concepts, think about where that'll take you in business if you were stronger in both of those areas.
Absolutely.
It would make such a profound difference in the way you treat people, because the way you treat people comes back to you. I believe in fate, karma, destiny, whatever you want to call it. What you put out there comes back to you full circle. Mm-hmm. And if you don't put out good communication skills that help people, that generate the connection that you need with other people, it's going to come back to you bad. You're not going to succeed in business, especially if you're an entrepreneur, especially if you're going through trauma, especially if you're in sales, especially if you're leading a team. All of those different groups of people need to be very successful in how they treat other people, don't they, Cece?
Absolutely, absolutely. So how do we go about taking this free course that you're mentioning, this free class?
Oh, okay.
Details on it?
Sure. Just go to CarnegieConnection.com. There'll be some links there. Carnegie is CARNEGIE, and then the word connection. And on those links, you can register for lots of different trainings. I mean, that's just one. That's just one course that Dale Carnegie offers that makes a severe impact in a person's life.
Right.
It changes who they are intrinsically.
Now, do you have just daytime courses, daytime classes, or do you also have some evening classes?
Yes. Did you say evening?
Evening. Do you do some evening classes too? Okay.
Both types. We do class. We have a morning breakfast session once a quarter. We have a monthly evening class that we do. That's a free session. There's no cost to that. We just want to help Tampa Bay. This is all about Tampa Bay. Hillsborough, Pinellas, Pasco, Hernando, those 4 counties. We want to make a difference in those 4 counties and have been for a long, long time. Dale Carnegie has been in Tampa Bay for 30 years or more, I think. Mm-hmm. I've been a part of it for over a decade as a sales trainer, Cece. I love doing sales training. Mm-hmm. That's
well, that is great. And you know what? The whole thing is to do something that you love, something that you have a passion for. And that's really what it's all about. It's super. I want to put up on the information here. This is everyone that's looking. This is when your show is going to be, the Carnegie Connection show. It's going to start in September. It's going to be on Mondays at 7:30 Eastern Time, Wednesdays at 8 o'clock, and then also at Thursday at noon. So you guys can catch the show then. And so it's going to be, I really think it's going to help us not only in business, but it's going to help us personally. And so anything that we can do that's going to help us, I'm in. I'm all for it. I think it's absolutely terrific. So I appreciate it.
Yes, absolutely, Cece. And this is all about how do we take Tampa Bay to that next level? How do we get our community stronger than it's ever been before? We're right at the tipping point in Tampa Bay. We have some major corporations settling here. They see this as an opportunity to have their people with good jobs that pay well in a great community that has all kinds of wonderful resources for people to go out and really have a good time and work and play. I mean, Tampa is the perfect community for businesses to grow. And
I love it. I love it here, and I've always considered Tampa Bay my home. I went to high school here in Tampa, and of course I've traveled around. I've lived abroad, but I've always felt that Tampa was my home. It doesn't mean that I might not necessarily move somewhere else in the future. Who knows what God has in store for me. However, I do love this area, and I think it's beautiful. The weather is great here in Florida. How can you beat it? We have moments, of course, like anyone, but it is awesome here. So I do want to encourage those that are interested in your course and in the classes that you have to definitely contact you. And like you said, it's at the Carnegie Connection, right? .com. Is that what it's called?
Absolutely. And we're going to help people to change themselves for the better. It's all about growth, personal growth, and professional growth. We say that there's two ways you grow. You either grow personally, you grow professionally, sometimes you grow both. It's your choice. Where do you want to be better next year? Because here's what we know. This is the way people are. We start here. And a year from now, if we don't do anything better for ourselves, we're actually going to be a little bit worse. The friction of life makes it worse, doesn't it? So what we say is you need to take some kind of training, some kind of course, something that's going to really give you some enthusiasm and drive yourself up to that next level. That's where we want people to be. That's what we're all about at the Carnegie Connection, is how do we improve?
Mm-hmm. I had another guest on recently, Lori Fox, and it talks about memory, how to increase our memory, how to stay, more intact as we get older. And, taking a class is one of the greatest things that we can do for ourselves, both personally and, of course, professionally. So I think that as, a maturing individual, and is that tactful? But as I move forward, I keep learning new things and embracing that. And instead of thinking it's a challenge, I'm thinking, wow, what an opportunity to learn something new. And it benefits me both, mentally, physically, and I think emotionally, because as we're building our businesses, we do need to continue, our education, most certainly. Yeah, so thank you for putting that together.
You bet, because we know one thing. If we don't learn something new each year, we forget what we learned before. So the following year, we're in worse shape than we were.
Oh, dear. Well, maybe we won't go that. But I love the idea of putting our life plan together. And I think part of our life plan is also education for our business, education for our soul. And so, yeah, I think definitely we need to do this. And I'm loving the idea and embracing your new show. I cannot wait to hear it myself. All of the shows on WGSN-DB Going Solo Network, I listen to every single show that comes out, and I'm loving all of them. And so I think it feeds my soul. It feeds me. So I'm really excited about your new show and the guests that you're going to be bringing forward and some of the knowledge that you're going to be able to share with us. So thank you for that.
You bet. So let's talk about the guest list.
Oh, okay. All right.
So who we're looking to interview are people who are successful, because we believe we need to model other people's success, not imitate it, but model it. As we see how people grow and are successful in Tampa Bay, we want to share that. They have knowledge that will help others. So we're looking for people in Tampa Bay who are successful and who'd like to be on a business show here locally. So we'll be reaching out to all of our Dale Carnegie graduates. So yes, absolutely.
That's very exciting, because I tell you what, that is just from a personal level, I can't wait to hear what they have to say. It's great to be able to have such business leaders be able to share of their time. So awesome.
You bet. So we'll have lots of great guests. I'll bring in some internal Dale Carnegie people who have some great knowledge that they can share with Tampa Bay. I'll also reach out to the leadership of companies that I've worked with in Dale Carnegie and ask them to be on the show so that they can tell the community what they're doing different or what they're doing to improve our community, how they were successful. And we'll be reaching out to all the graduates who have been through our classes. You know, it's not just a matter of, oh, I'm a real high-powered CEO of some big company. It's not just about that. It's about us common folk, people like me who are in the trenches and really just belting it out every day and just really doing the things that are important. We want those people on the show too, the people who are out there on the line doing the job, because they have a message to share. And it's going to speak to this community, and it's going to be really bring up this community to a new level. And that's what we'd like to have happen because of the Carnegie Connection.
Absolutely. So on Thursdays during the day, we have all business showcase shows. So your show will be featured then, and hopefully we can replay some of the really outstanding ones too. So I'm really excited about that, being able to bring products and services to the people here locally, but also abroad. And I know that you are just a phone call away, you're just Skype away or the internet away. So of course, if anyone needs any particular coaching or help with their business, you know, even though I know your heart and your love is here in the Tampa Bay, I know that you will extend that to anyone that's listening that's outside of our Tampa Bay area, our community here. So we want to make sure that you don't feel left out, because we want you to continue with your business. But I also wanted to say something about the leaders in the business. The reason the leaders in the business are where they're at today is because they started where we are today. You know what I mean? So they started just however you are, wherever you are in your business, if you're listening, wherever you are that in your business, those leaders that you admire started exactly where you're at. And so why not listen to them, listen to some tips, because you can walk in their shoes. You know, you can walk. Have you seen that where you walk in the path of someone else? I would much rather walk in the path of someone that's outstanding, that I admire, that's a leader today, than to bang up against the wall and have to keep doing it over and over again because I didn't get it. So I want to listen to these leaders and hear what they have to say so I can step around and keep on following their path. So awesome.
Hey, Cece, can I invite you to be on my show?
I would love to be on your show. I would absolutely love that. It's very flattering for you to ask, but most certainly, I would love to do that. Because, you know, I again, just like everyone else, I started with an idea, and it's just blossomed into something probably more than I have ever imagined. But, you know, I'm ready to keep on running with it. How about you?
Me too. Absolutely. I'm having a great time.
Absolutely.
I was born and raised here in Tampa Bay. I'm educated here. Go Bulls, class of 85, Hillsborough Community College. Now what's become Everest University for my master's work. And, you know, my education is here. My people are here. My family's here. The people that I work with, I love this community, and I want to be sure to give back to it. It's given me so much. And Cece, thanks for this opportunity to work with you.
Oh, well, thank you. I love having you. And I'm just really getting excited about being able to share with those some business tips and things that we need to do to be able to be successful in our business. And then also, if you're not, you know, you don't have your own business, if you're in someone else's business, is to be able to bring back some information that might very well help, you know, your walk of life, which is awesome. Absolutely awesome. So I'm excited for that. So we're going to put together our life plan, aren't we?
That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to do that. So again, let's share with everyone how they can get a hold of you.
Go to CarnegieConnection.com. And there on the screen, CarnegieConnection.com. And you'll be able to reach out to us, and we'll be more than happy to help you. You don't have to be in the Tampa Bay area. That's our primary focus. We're willing to help. We help. Dale Carnegie Training helps people in 80 countries. We have trainers in 30 different languages. We're truly an international organization. And we help people at wherever they are and whatever needs they have. We work with you. So that's what the Carnegie Connection is about, putting you with Dale Carnegie so that you get stronger.
Absolutely. Well, again, it's people helping people, right? And it's just a wonderful thing to be able to do. And I appreciate you being on the show, Robert. So again, this is Robert Graves. He is a business performance improvement director for Dale Carnegie Training right here in Tampa. He's going to have a brand new show. It's going to be called the Carnegie Connection Show. And here is a listing. I put it up on the screen for you of when the show is going to be on. It's going to be a lot of fun. And again, you guys can go to his to his CarnegieConnection.com page and sign up for the free courses that he has, and learn something. Feed your soul. I mean, you improve your business, improve your life, and that's what it's all about. So it's great.
Those free sessions are in leadership and sales and service and human relationships and in communication skills, public speaking skills, presentation skills. We have a lot of different free sessions that we just give to the community that we want to help them be stronger.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to try to plan on coming as long as I don't have a show that I'm doing. Of course, when you do live shows, you're kind of stuck doing them. But I hope that I can be there too, because I think it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of wonderful information. And me as an individual, I want to grow too. So thank you so much for offering this to our Tampa Bay area community. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, Cece. Thanks so much for the interview today.
Oh, you're quite welcome. Well, this is Cece with the WGSN-DB Going Solo Business Showcase. We were featuring Robert Graves. He is the Business Performance Improvement Director with Dale Carnegie Training right here in our local Tampa Bay area. He is going to have a brand new show. It's going to be starting out in September, and it's called the Carnegie Connection, where he's going to bring business leaders and business ideas and information that's totally packed that we can grow within our business environment, whether you own your own business or whether you're in a business or you just want some personal growth. It's definitely there for you. On the board right now, you can see the times that his show is going to start. It's going to kick off in September, Monday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Wednesday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, and then Thursday at noon, which is going to be our WGSN DB Business Showcase day. So you can definitely get a lot of really great shows then. So thank you so much. We really appreciate you, Robert, being on the show.
Thank you, Cece. It was my honor.
Okay, this is Cece signing off. We hope to bring you another great show right here on the Business Showcase. Bye for now.
Bye.